But yeah, if you're interested, feel free. And you can bring your family too. Danny, let's see. I have 40K and would like your opinion. Yeah, I think that if you're really trying to make a big decision with a decent amount of money, I think the consultation is beneficial because um, most students feel that they're saving and making more money than the cost of the consultation. That's what you would consider to be a good investment. You're making more money than you spend. And so I know personally when I'm making big financial decisions, I would personally pay thousands of dollars to avoid massive mistakes. I have made $100,000 mistakes before, and I would have gladly paid somebody $1,000 to tell me what they know. So that's my belief on it. Maybe even 5,000, depending on what the decision was. Shannon, I would like to ask Dr. Boyce, can you lose money on stock options with examples, for instance, selling covered calls and buying puts? In addition to answering my questions, a suggestion to include in Prime 101 class with full examples. That's a great idea. Okay, so Shannon, if you log into drboyceprime.com, in Prime 101, there are lots of examples in there for sure. Prime 101, we do one of those every 6 weeks. Prime members get in free. That's another perk of being a Prime member. Besides, we give you discounts on the All Black National Convention, stuff like that. But also, so if you want a discount or you're a Prime member, like just email support@theblackbusinessschool.com. And then also, we do our Prime 101 events once every 6 to 8 weeks. And Prime members can come in for free. You can come to as many Prime 101 events as you'd like. Well, here's the thing. So, an example about losing money. Let's say you buy a stock and you're making money from the stock and the value of the stock drops. That's an example of an unrealized loss. You made your income from selling the call, which reduces your loss, right? So if I lose $1,000 because the stock price went down, I might have sold my calls for $400. So that minimizes my loss. Like it's like when it rains, everybody gets wet, but people with umbrellas get less wet than people who have no umbrella at all. If you are not careful and you don't protect your stock, then the losses can become pretty dramatic. Investing always involves risk, period, 100%. But the same is true for anything that you do. If you buy real estate, there's a risk of real estate. There's risk that something could happen to your property. There's risk that your tenant won't pay. There's risk that your tenant could destroy your house, right? So or that the property values could go down. So there's always risk there. I think the question becomes, which risk are you most comfortable with, and how do you manage and minimize the risk? All right, so let's see. How much capital do you need to get started? Asked Tashi. I've seen people start with like $3,000 and make enough money to pay their car note. So there you go. So it's like a $3,000 business that is literally, now you have no car note and you don't have to do any work with this business, because if I own a company, they're doing all the work for me. I'm just an owner and I'm a passive investor in this company. I think that's a cool way to make money. Carl Bennett, how many shares are you buying at a time when you buy stocks? It depends. It depends on which stock it is. It depends on how much excess capital I have. The more shares you own, the more money you make. And it's that simple. So if you have a family and you're doing a family business approach to this, you pull together your capital, protect your capital. That's most important. You got to protect the ball. And then you maximize the number of shares that you own. And then boom, it's great. You're making income and it's very straightforward. Let's see. Kawana Norman, do you still own stocks like PLCE Children's Place? Yes, I do. It's increased significantly last week. Is rolling up my short calls and long puts a good strategy. Well, it's a viable strategy. Doing roll-ups is fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. I do roll-ups all the time. It really comes down to whether or not I want to continue my relationship with the stock.